Welcome to Seeker's Hour. I've missed you all. I hope that you're having a wonderful summer, and I hope that you're going to enjoy being with us for the next 5 weeks doing Seeker's Hour, and I hope you'll have some fun. We're going to be talking about different stories from the Bible, just like we did when we were together at the church. In case you don't know me, my name is Crystal Getz. I'm the Director of Children's Youth and Family Life Ministries at Auburn First United Methodist Church, and I welcome all of you, and I hope that this program will bring some joy to you and maybe mix up your day a little bit. So today we're going to be talking about Noah and the flood, and we have a special contribution from some friends of mine in Sweden who have made a video for us and for Messy Church about a different perspective on Noah and the flood that I think you might enjoy. We're also going to do a craft, and we're going to talk about our relationship with God and God's promises to us. So I hope you enjoy this, and we'll be doing this for 5 weeks, different stories every week, and I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to pause the video anytime if you need to take your time doing the craft, or if you need to go and get a snack or whatever. But I'm really looking forward to spending some time with you in this way. I'm hoping that we'll be back together again soon, but until then, I hope you really enjoy this. Read our story. It comes from the book of Genesis. Does everyone know where Genesis is in the Bible? Let me tell you, if you don't, it's in the very front of the Bible. So if you have a deep blue Bible around the house or some other kind of Bible, you're looking for the very first book of the Bible in the Old Testament. Okay, and we're going to be looking at chapter 6. Now let me show you what that looks like in a regular Bible. So if I open my Bible up anywhere, you see these big numbers. That's a chapter number, and there's little tiny numbers. I don't know if you can see them here or not. It's hard to see on the camera. Yeah, there's one. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but those little tiny numbers are verse numbers. And that's just because there's so much text in that book. In order to find things that we want to share with other people or try to remember, we have to correlate them with the number. So what I'm reading today is not directly out of the Bible. This is from the Children's Bible Storybook, and it's a synopsis of the story. But you would find it in Genesis chapter 6 through the end of chapter 8. It's a very long story, so I'm going to try to keep it to a minute. This is how the story goes. During Noah's lifetime, people were acting very wickedly. This made God unhappy. It made him sad because people seemed to be thinking more about themselves than about God. Noah, however, was a good man. He loved and obeyed God, and God loved Noah very much. God actually loved all the people as much as he loved Noah, but at the time, only Noah was listening to God. God told Noah to build an ark, a big boat. So Noah followed God's plan and built a boat that was 1.5 football fields long. That's a huge boat. Noah's neighbors laughed at him because there wasn't any water in the desert where they lived. But God told Noah that a great flood was coming. Noah tried to warn the people to change their ways so that they could hear God too. But they wouldn't listen. They just kept on with their selfish lives. God asked Noah to collect 2 of all the creatures of the earth and bring them into the ark. He also told the animals to find Noah, so it wasn't hard for Noah to gather them together. Pairs of each kind of animal were put safely inside the ark before it began to rain. Noah's wife and his 3 sons and their wives were also safe on the boat. When everyone was on board, God shut the door. Noah and his family and the animals lived in the ark for 7 days before the first rain drops fell. Then it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Soon the earth was covered with water. After it stopped raining, the water continued to rise for 150 days. The ark landed in the mountain range of Ararat during the 7th month of the flood. God sent a big wind and the waters began to recede. Noah and the floating zoo had to stay in the ark for several more months while the earth slowly dried out. Finally, Noah sent a raven out of the ark's window to look for land. The raven never returned. Noah waited another week for the water level to go down and then sent a dove to do the same thing. The dove couldn't find a place to rest, so it returned to the ark. Another week passed, and then Noah sent the dove out again. This time, it came back with an olive branch. Noah now knew that the water was low enough for a tree branch to show. When Noah sent off the dove a week later, it didn't return. The dove had found a place to live on dry land. Altogether, Noah and his family and the animals lived on the ark for 1 year, 1 month, and 27 days. It was now time for all the creatures and Noah's family to move off the ark. Noah and his family and the animals needed to start life all over again. After everyone left the ark, Noah prayed to God to thank God for keeping them safe. Suddenly, a bright rainbow filled the sky. This was God's promise that he would never flood the earth again. Whew, that is quite a story, right? You can imagine this big boat riding on the waves. Wonder what that would have felt like. So we're going to hear from somebody who experienced it firsthand. Maybe not who you think. Mrs. Noah. Our friends from Sweden are going to show us a video of what maybe life was like for Mrs. Noah during this whole process. I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. So many animals to keep track of. I mean, do we have every animal we need? Everything God said to us? 2 of each coming on board on this boat? Who's building a boat like this? Okay, Noah, this is where I put, these rats. Do we really need rats on the boat? And the spiders, those big black spiders, do we really need the big black spiders? What? Okay, I'm just telling you, if they coming on board, they're gonna be on the other side of the boat. They're not gonna sleep on my end, Not on my end of the boat. No rats where I'm sleeping. Just telling you. Okay, we got elks, we got penguins, we got kangaroos, elephants, every kind of lions. Let's see, lions, not again. I only got 1 lion. Noah, the lion have escaped again. What are we gonna do? Okay, do you think you can get the lion? It's a big animal. What? You're not gonna pull that on me again? What? Okay, you're building a boat? Fine. I'm gonna go and get the lion. We need 2 of them. Okay? So if I fix the lion, but I'm just telling you, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Because the rabbits aren't 2 anymore. Multiplying. So many days, only water, everywhere you see, and I can't stand it anymore. I'm seasick for so many days. I didn't know what God was thinking, and Noah, I just want to see land. And now, this morning, finally, yay! This pigeon come over with this little tree thing. I really need land so badly. I can't stand it anymore. Yay! Any day now. Any day. Oh, thank God.
One step for man. A giant leap for mankind.
Oh, nice. Oh, I love trees. I love them so much. I never gonna step on a boat again. Never ever again. I love trees. I love being on land again. I've never been so happy in my whole life. No boats more again. Oh, I love trees. And the best part is that God, He promised that I never have to go through this again. You know, He created this wonderful rainbow over the sky. These beautiful colors. Oh, never again. I'm gonna stay here with my tree. Oh, just love it.
So we're going to do our craft, and we have all of our papers here. I pre-colored some of them just to save us a little bit of time in preparation, but these are in the files, are a PDF that is listed below the video, and you can print them all out and you can just color them the way you want to. We have a page with a rainbow, one with some animals, and then one where we're going to there's our ark, and then that's just another rainbow that I did, and then here's some more animals and a little bit of water, and I've colored all the rest of those, so I'm just going to color a little bit on this page. So here is the tiger. Let's color this one. I'm going to do standard tiger colors, but you certainly could do any color you want. So let's talk a little bit about Noah and what was going on there. You know, what do you think all the people thought about Noah? What do you think that when he started building his big boat, in the story, we heard that they were sort of thinking Noah was silly because there was no water where they lived. What do you think his family thought when they told him? So those are really good questions. If God asked you to do something strange like that, would you do it? Would you question it? I think I would. I don't know. Let's make this nose pink here on the tiger, and some ears look pink too. So I wonder how everybody got along on the ship. It was a long time to be on the ship, a year and a half or so. And I'm sure that there were animals born on the ship, baby animals, maybe baby tigers, maybe baby pandas, and there's some blue. There's my black. I'm gonna color in some black stripes on my tiger here. That's cute, huh? Okay, we're gonna cover the mouth area with some a little bit lighter color, orange, which will be nice. And you can color it any way you want. And I think we just have the elephant left to color, right? Because we colored the koala, the zebra, as they say in England, the zebra. And yeah, let's go ahead and I'm going to use my black crayon, even though it looks gray because it's very light. These twistables can be either dark or light depending on how hard you press. So that's kind of cool. But mine's going to be gray. But you could make a pink elephant with polka dots. It is your zoo. So you make it the way you want to. This is your ark full of animals. You could even draw a unicorn, put a unicorn on there, because we know unicorns aren't in the Bible after the flood. So they did make the ark. So you could do that. That's cute, right? Okay, we're gonna make the ears pink, which will be fun. And we're nearly done. And we are going to finish up here. And then when we're all done coloring, yep, there's my elephant. And then I've got my panda and the tiger and the monkey. And it could be an ape, but we'll say it's a monkey. Yeah. And a koala, they are so cute, and a zebra. And then we have a giraffe, a rhino, and a hippopotamus, which happen to be the most dangerous animals in Africa, I will have you know. So there's those, and then we're going to take a break. You need to cut them all out, cut all the pieces out, and then we'll do the video where we put them all together. So you just need a pair of scissors, and you just need to cut them all out like that. And I cut around I'm going to show you how to do a little fussy cutting here. You get rid of the extra paper, and then I like to take a little smaller pair of scissors like this so that you can get a little bit more control. But instead of moving the scissors, you move the paper. You notice how my left hand, I'm moving the paper around. In the paper crafting world, that's called fussy cutting. So you can get really good results if you move the paper and not the scissors. It's a little harder to control the movement of two blades rather than some paper, and you can get a little bit closer angles and things too. See? There we go. So I'm going to cut all the way around the arc like that. Yep. Like that. Cut it as close as you can, because we're going to need all the pieces cut out. A couple of things that I thought of were that is trying to get these little pieces. You know what? With my spider, for instance, you can see that I just kind of cut around and left a lot of the white, and you don't have to be super accurate to make it look really nice. So finished off the giraffe there, and I have all the rest of my animals cut out here. One of the things that I noticed was this has to fit over a door handle, and this is going to get glued on right here, okay? But this isn't a big enough space. Okay, so you noticed that red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, those are the colors of the rainbow, but I added this pink because there was an extra line, and now I know why. You see, this is why we do samples. So in order to get this middle part out, you're going to want to fold it like this, and then just cut a little slice. It's hard to do this. It's all backwards. Cut a little slice, and then put your scissors through the slice. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut out the pink line. We're going to cut it all the way across like this. Okay. And get rid of this blank space like this. And this should be enough to get around a doorknob, right? Just depending on. But doesn't that look pretty? Don't you love that? Okay, so now we're going to glue this together. So you're going to need some kind of glue. You can use a glue stick, you can use Elmer's, good old Elmer's, or any kind of glue. I have, it would take me a half an hour to show you all the kinds of glue that I have. I know, a million kinds. This is good old standard glue. So we're going to take it and we're going to put some on the back of this. And I think I got a little too crazy with the glue here. Get a tissue and get a little bit of this glue off. Just gonna take a little bit of the extra and get it off my work area. And we're gonna put this right on like that. Look at how cool that looks. Then we're gonna take, and this is kind of like just an added piece, really, and we're gonna put glue on the back of it about a 1/2 inch from the top. Just glue it all the way across, and then put it, see how there's those 2 lines in the bottom? Put it even with the next line from the bottom. Okay, like that. All right, then we want to put the water on here so that it makes it look like we can kind of tell where the waves are. All right, so we're gonna just put some glue on here like this. So I have some questions while I'm gluing all this stuff up. I have some questions. What sorts of things do you think made God sorry that he had created people? I mean, that was a big part of the story, was that God was sad. People were not behaving well. What sorts of things do people do that you think make God sad? Isn't that looking good? You can picture yourself riding on the waves. All right, and then we're gonna start gluing the animals on, okay? And many of them will fit here, but if you want to, you could put like the giraffe kind of poking its head out somewhere, like maybe like that. Or the panda could be looking over the side. Let's do that. I know sometimes when people don't follow God's commandments, that probably makes God a little sad. Let's have the spider crawling up on the roof of the ark, because you think that's probably where they would be, like that. See, use my spider. All right. And what did Noah do to make him so different from all of the other people? Do you think he listened to God? I think so. I think Noah, it says over and over and over again in the Bible, Noah was a good man. What makes a person good? What do people do that make them good? Like, I was thinking, I've known some good people, and I've known people that weren't as good. And some of the things that made them feel good, I mean, made me feel like they were good people, was that they did nice things for people, or that they didn't lie, that you could trust them. You know, that's a big deal, right? Let's put that zebra right there. The zebra, as they say in England. Okay, and then we're gonna put the monkey over here next to the elephant. I wonder how many mice. Oh, I know Mrs. Noah, she was like, there are so many rats on board. You can imagine in a year's time that there were some baby animals on board too. What would be your favorite baby animal that you would want to see? I don't know, but I actually held a baby lion one time, and it was pretty cool. But I'm looking at this koala going, oh my goodness, holding a baby koala, I think that would be like cute overload. Now look at what we have created here. I don't know if I can get it all in the frame because it's kind of long. But now you can hang that on your door frame, on your doorknob, I mean. How cool is that? Oops, I'm trying to get this in the... I am loving this. I will take a full picture and show it. But how cool is that? It's very bright and cheery, isn't it? So, how easy would it be for you to trust God like Noah trusted God? What if God asked you to do something strange? Would you do it? That's a question, right? I don't know if you've ever seen Evan Almighty, where he had to build an ark and the flood was coming, but for a different reason. So think about that. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. All right. Let's go to our next thing. I hope you enjoyed that. Have fun with it. And We'll be back in a minute. Well, we certainly had a ride with Mrs. Noah and her family and all those animals, and I feel a little sorry for Mrs. Noah. I hope she's going to be all right. But I'm glad you joined us today. I hope that you have gotten one message out of this story. As exciting as it is to talk about all the wildlife and the animals and a big boat and a flood and 100, over a year on a ship and all those things that happened to Noah and that Noah was part of, the really important part of the story is that God has made us a promise to be there for us, to love us, and to care for us. So when you see a rainbow in the sky or on your doorknob, I hope that you will remember God's promise to you to love you. And I hope you know that God loves you. We love you, and we're so glad that you tuned in today. Oh, next week is very exciting. We're going to be talking about David and Goliath and how David, little tiny boy David, fought big, tall, 8-foot Goliath. Spoiler alert, he won. Let's see what happens. Let's take some time to pray together before we leave today. This is a repeat after me prayer. Loving God, we thank you for this time to know you better. We thank you for the story of Noah and for your promise to us through Jesus. In his name we pray. And all the people said, let's say this together. Amen. Have a wonderful week. Bye.